Hello, everybody. This is your local Chippewa Valley School Board member, Trustee Robert Wojtowicz. I just wanted to get on here. There's not a lot of happening right now. We haven't had a meeting or anything like that. But there's a couple things I wanted to touch base with. We have a meeting coming up. If anybody's interested, the information will be in the comments or in the bio or whatever you call it. But first of all, I just want to say we had Texas, the incident that happened in Texas. And it's a very sad situation. I can only imagine losing one of my children. You drop them off to have fun and you end up never seeing them again. It's very sad. My prayers go out to all the families and all the people. It wasn't just children affected, but all the people that were affected there. We have another thing just the last couple days that happened in Eastpointe, Michigan. Very sad. A single mother of 6. She was a manager of a McDonald's, and one of her employees came in and she stabbed her to death. Very sad situation. But I guess what rips my heart out there is now there are 6 children that are without a mother. They lost their anchor. One of them, I guess, is like 20. I don't know. I think it's like the ages are from like 5 or 7 years up to 20 or something like that. But let's face it, I'm an older guy, so even at 20 years old, she's still a child. And from what I understand, it just seems like the type of family that now she's going to be tasked, for the lack of a better word. I mean, it's not a task. Sounds like they were a loving family. But she's probably going to be the anchor in the family and watching over the children. At 20 years old, you should be able to, do with what you want with your life. But anyhow, I just wanted to touch base on those things. And the next thing is I'm going to put a link in our bio, the comments, whatever you call it here underneath this video. But I don't know how many of you know about Sandra Hernden. She has a lawsuit against Chippewa Valley School District. It's a ridiculous situation. She was attacked by our old board, a couple of the board members and the board president a couple years ago. They reported her to the Department of Justice and they called her employer. They tried to harm her every way they could, and they tried to cover it up when she tried to get information. One of the only reasons that it did get out is because we do have a board member that's not willing to jump on the bandwagon and cover things up. Yeah, I'm talking about myself. There was an email out there. There was a couple things out there that were just evidence that they did wrong. Now, here's the worst part. She has an attorney. It's in federal court. I guess it just went through. But all she's looking for is a public apology and $3. $3 in a public apology. How ridiculous is that? I'll tell you what, when I first came out and they first got this started, there was an email out there that I brought to the attention of our district, which I don't want to say brought to the attention. I have a hard time believing they didn't know about it. They just tried to cover it up. But anyhow, at that meeting, I apologized publicly to her, saying that I apologize that I didn't speak up sooner. It was only a few days, but I should have spoke up immediately. And I felt bad about that. But all she's asking for is a public apology and $3. And I'm sure they're willing to waive the $3. But they won't even do that. Instead, the district chooses to spend tens of thousands of dollars of student money that's supposed to be going toward our students, public money, our families' money that we pay in taxes that's supposed to be going toward the student. They are paying tens of thousands of dollars for attorney fees and court fees to fight this because their egos won't let them say, look, We did wrong, I'm sorry. And they did do wrong. It's proven. So I'm going to put a link to her story underneath here. Anybody, I'd love to have you watch it. But this is one of the reasons that we got to fix these school boards. We have to fix these school boards. The school boards have to be held accountable. We got to get people that are willing to do this on the school boards. And I guess a YouTuber that I like watching. I love the way he ends his videos, and I'm going to end up this way. I'm going to say, you have to do better. We have to do better. Thanks, Joey. But anyhow, if anybody sees me out there, please stop and say hello. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to meet you. Anyhow, till next time, and look at the links underneath. Talk to you soon.